economy of the country. I knew it from when I was young to date. I followed the trends and I followed the intellectuals. So now, since you have gathered in this hall and you invited me, I didn't know you asked me to talk. I am here on my own, and I'm here to represent my good friend, Aliko Dangote, because he's supposed to be here to collect his own award. But this morning he said, "Nah, come with me to Will, that the government is doing investment forum in Owerri." So he's going there with Professor Rama. So I said, "No, Alaji, let's divide ourselves. You go to Owerri, let me attend. The two of us cannot be absent." That's why you see me here. I would have been in Owerri with him now. So please, I'm here on behalf of Alaji Dangote. I just want to step in the issue, but he said he appreciates what you are doing, that he has organized, vested knowledge together in that refinery. Please go and see the refinery in this faculty. You must visit that place. So I thank you very much for this opportunity and for making me to meet with your boss in Nigeria. I appreciate you.
Thank you very much, sir. Mr. Dandy was just going on his own jejely, and Professor Kila invited him to come and say something. And when he was coming, he said, "I don't know what to say, but I am here." And he has said something. A round of applause for him. All right, we're still on our goodwill messages. Permit me to invite Colonel Yomi Dari Riti.
Thank you very much. KBC, very distinguished gentlemen. I'm so excited to see High Chief Tola Adeni after so many years. Sir, I salute you, sir. And my very good friend, my brother, Professor Tony Kila. I remember when we met. It was on the plane from Abuja with our older friend, Professor Egere. And he said, you have to meet this guy. I said, who is this guy? He said, you just have to meet him. And then we were running after him. He turned out to be Professor Kila. Thank you very much. Professor Kila, a very wonderful man, just like my Ebo, Dan Kole. I've been watching and listening to this program. I am very happy to be here. This is a fantastic gentleman who has contributed so much and still contributing. I think we must all lend our support to this endeavor. I'd like to recognize my very senior colleague, Avian Adebi. I salute you, sir. Even though I didn't know you were sitting down behind me, and my brother, Onitiju, Commodore Onitiju. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I proudly identify with this initiative, and I believe that it will take us places. Thank you very much.
We can do better, please. Thank you very much, sir. Please permit me to invite Senator Dr. Engineer Femi Kila. We're still on good way messages. Do I bring the microphone there, sir? A round of applause for me, one second. Thank you, sir.
Amazing. What shall I say unto the Lord? What I say? Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. All I have to say is thank you, Lord. I thank you all for coming for this occasion, for CIAPS, being organized by my nephew. It's my nephew, but in reality, it's my son. Because when the father became late, I took over the responsibilities. And I'm happy. I'm very joyful. That is doing very, very well. The interesting aspect of this morning is that if you know, you call me an engineer. In reality, I am. We have a big occasion in a pattern as I'm talking. Nigeria Society of Engineers, we are having our conference at year. And I have been to play. I've been in Ibadan since Sunday night, doing things like all professionals do. He gave me an information or an idea for this occasion some time ago, and I sent apologies. This event in Ibadan is a fair hospital. And as I'm talking to you, I was just showing him, let me do my vote. Because our AGM is going on right now. And I need to vote for my own candidates. But the interesting aspect of it is that we have stepped up. Anywhere you are on this earth, you can vote. Thank God for IT. Even though I've sent an apology, I'm a man of few. Thank you very much for having me to cooperate. But if you know, I'm also called a senator. You have to campaign. It's not free. So you need to know how to talk. Happy. Congratulations. The people you have brought here, I'm highly impressed, especially to because I happen to be classmate in high school with one of your very colleagues, good ones. Okay. Amazing. I'm happy to meet you. You know a lot about my son. But there's one or two maybe you do not know. When his father, my brother, sent him to Italy, he was to go and read medicine. And he finished. Later, you know, when you finish your medicine, you have to go for the house something. That's where we thought he had gone to do. But he has satisfied us. He sent information, he finished. We expected a doctor to go home. Doctor of medicine. What we got is a doctor of a different thing entirely. We are very proud of you. Anything he lays his hand on is gold. And it's always very successful. So I'm not surprised. The family members, I told them, listen, you go to a
Bayelsa. We have another occasion in Bayelsa. But we have to face with engineering professional. But they said to me, hey, Daddy, ilé là ń ṣe ká tó ṣe ìta. That means we have to honor the home front. Otherwise, it will boomerang. If Akin is spearheading this, you must be there. Ha! I said, this is true. This is politics. Majority, not so. By 6 a.m. this morning, I have to leave the hotel in the back to coffee. Fulfill the majority. Thank you very much. Happy. This is the beginning of your life. In those good days, we used to say the sky is the limit. But now, my children, they say, Daddy, the sky is the beginning. This is the beginning for you. You will go higher and higher in Jesus' name. Let me end up very quickly by thanking most of you for coming, especially those of you that have spoken before me. I got to have had most of you plenty, and I'm happy to see you physically in reality. And next time, I can recognize your faces. I say thank you very much. God bless you.
Thank you, sir. We should give him a standing ovation. Let's give him a standing ovation. That is the father of King Anthony Kida. A standing ovation is expected. Thank you very much, sir. Abaya to sir. All right, while the goodwill messages was ongoing, I saw Chief Akonde walked in gingerly, and he just went to the back to sit there like, imagine come up with Mwambi. But I saw him. Now let's invite Chief Akonde for his goodwill message. Please, a round of applause.
Very distinguished ladies and gentlemen. What am I supposed to say again after Baba has spoken? Other than to learn from what all the other speakers have said, and to have my own voice in congratulating Dr. and Professor Anthony Kida. Congratulations. Of course, every day, sometimes you think you know everything or you've been to, but they said, is the man who has not been to another man's farm that would think his own father is the biggest. And I'm happy our path crossed, and every day I learn from what we have been doing, and I'll continue to learn. And that's why I have to be here today, even though I'm battling with deadlines because of the nature of my own job. Occasions like this can only encourage people to strive for the best. The theme itself, it's very deep, culture of excellence, and that is what we must also be striving to achieve. I congratulate all of us for coming, and I wish you a very successful event today. And as Baba has said, The sky is not your limit, it's the beginning. And as you fly along, please continue to carry us along. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Somebody just informed me now that you've been inviting men for goodwill messages. Are you saying there are no women here too? And I said, okay, let me use my number 6 to do this. Please permit me to invite Mrs. Olushola Awe. She's representing Mrs. Olubomi Kuku, the MD CEO of FAR. I'm sure she must have sensed our own message was to her. Thank you. Kabiyesi, I greet you. Good morning, sir. Good morning, esteemed guest. I'm here on behalf of Mrs. Olubomi Kuku, who is unavoidably absent, but she has asked me to represent her at this award ceremony. So I don't know so much about Professor, but this is the second time I'm meeting him because there was an event we had in FAN, International Women's Week, and he was there as our special guest. And he actually spoke to us about owning a space and also doing what we know to do best, that is creating this culture of excellence. And the session was very impactful, and a lot of us went back feeling fulfilled. I would love to say that in FAN, we also are doing a lot of stuff, and we want to, thank our MD, who has actually broken the glass ceiling for us, being the first female MD of FAN. It's never been happening, but we have her as our mama. We call her Mama Kuku, and she has also helped us in entrenching this center of excellence. And I think that giving her this award actually exemplifies the work she has done for us. So on behalf of my MD, I want to say thank you, and I wish everybody well. Thank you so much. Thank you. We can do better, please. A round of applause. All right, I told you all before we started having students. What I have in my room down here is my CIAPS experience. My CIAPS experience. Where do we start? Dr. Anthony Kila. But I shouldn't be the one doing the talking. My CIAPS experience. Where do we start from? Where are my CIAPS people? Oh yeah, Professor Kila, please give me their names. Yes, they didn't give me. Where is the man? What color is he wearing? Yes, please put your hands together for him. Yes, he's been avoiding me. I noticed it. So you can make use of this.
Good morning.
Hello.
Sorry, good afternoon. My experience in CIAPS. Okay, my name is Bernard Orona. I currently work with Polaris Bank. And my journey with CIAPS has been tremendous, has been impactful. In fact, my major point was the practicality. During our lecture time, it was absolute. And one thing I understand and I got to know about the program was it gives this opportunity to express yourself, like what our professor told us during our session, that we can write more articles. He encouraged us to write articles, to bring our ideas into vision, to bring our vision to life. That is one thing I appreciate about my journey in CIAPS. Thank you very much.
What's it on my Hello? Yeah, my CIAPS experience. Let's invite Zion Ojuri. Zion Ojuri, are you here, Zion? Is Zion here? Okay, he's not here. Let's invite Quineth Iwebuna. I hope I got that name correctly. Iwebuna. Are you here? She wasn't expecting me to call her, but I did anyway.
Good afternoon.
So my experience with CIAPS, thank you, sir. So we got an invite and I was part of this program. My experience so far was awesome, and Professor Anthony was splendid because he had to break down stocks like program he had took his time. He was studying assignments and other study cases where we can check. And at the end of the day, when you get back to work, apply. And every time I leave the program, that's every Saturday. On Monday, what you learned, like on Saturday, I put it in practice. And my work pattern has changed tremendously. So if there's someone where they ask us questions, then now what are you? You stand up, who are you? Then I told him I'm a gatekeeper, yes. I'm a gatekeeper because I gatekeep like the entrance of the company secretariat environment. So, and when he said, oh, I don't know, I'm a gatekeeper, he said, nice, he likes that. The next day morning, as I just said, so the next Monday morning, I did it again. And my boss was like, yes. I said, I like that. I said, good. It was a very good one. I want to take consideration and it works well for this very moment. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone.
All right, thank you. Queeness. Let's also invite Bernard. He's not here? Okay, yeah. All right, Oluwole Sunday Udipe. Please let's put our hands together for him. What's your CIAPS experience?
Good afternoon, everyone. KBC, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Well, my experience with CIAPS is one of the, I say, fulfilling one of it. For someone like me who studied agricultural economics and working with the finance team, so I attended the executive seminar on strategic insight for internal auditors. You know, when we got the invite and I was nominated with the people that will be attending the training, the invite came with an assignment. And I was like, you've not even taught us anything. We got an assignment already. And when we got to the training that very day, he asked us, okay, who amongst you did the assignment? You know, I was expecting one kind of a big deal, but professor was just there, just beside us, you know, interacting with us as though he knew us before. And at that program, just like the other person who came in said, Mr. Bernard, he was allowing everyone to talk, irrespective of what you want to say. Just speak, just say something. You know, at the end of that program, I was just looking at, I said, yes, I'm an auditor now. I can probably say I'm an auditor. And also, when I also saw that he's what is it called? He has a farm, and I said, oh, yeah, I belong here. So I want to thank you so much, sir, for the experience and also for that impactful lesson. And I want to encourage every one of us to all to, you know, for those programs, let's take it to heart. And I believe that we can do very well with these lectures. Thank you.
All right, let's also invite Wedewa Oluwakemi. Yeah, Awedewa Oluwakemi. She's not here. All right. Ingino John. Adam. Awedewa Oluwakemi, are you? No, she's coming. Okay, Ingino John Adams. Right.
Good morning, KBC. Hope I pronounced it well. Good morning, everyone. I will be coming here to talk. I work with the NTA. I was nominated to come for a course on aviation. I wasn't covering aviation then. I was covering health and education. But that day, it gave me a different perspective of covering issues. And after that course, I was now deployed to the aviation desk. And I must tell you that truly, what I learned that day helped me in my journey of covering aviation. Thank you.
My CIAPS experience. Let's invite Akinkola Akinlade. Akinkola Akinlade, are you here?
Capesio. Good afternoon, fathers. Good afternoon, sir. Abbas Sahid, the dead was passed. Thank you, sir. Those are the people that grew us in news, that developed our interest. Good afternoon, sir. Barrister Waidola Bindu. Nice to see you all here. I am Akinkola Akinlade, a retired public servant, but I run a blog and I run a news medium that specializes in total transport, Nigerian Transport Hub, promoting intermodal transportation. We CIAPS program combined with Mrs. Olubunmi Fan put this together and they got us to the lecture theater of CIAPS. Now the issue is not on Professor Kida, but the issue is on the team he assembled. They sponsored the government and they imbued in us a critical mind to question and never to look at those things in the way government has presented it to you. Always look at the other angle and bring it into the fore. And there was a barrister that was there too. The barrister is a district, barrister Kwekun. Then the issue of BASA and all those stuff you are asking. So they put it into us, ever have a critical mind, ever look at that other source that could better whatever government has presented to you. And we find it so tasking, we find it so lovely because it helps us to think independently, to think in a way that the goal is not to rub the ego of anybody standing in the agency of government, but the goal is to improve that industry. And when the industry is improved, it's going to be better for everyone. And the system is going to run far, outlive us, and be a model as it is in advanced economy. So I thank CIAPS for that provision for that program, and I will encourage CIAPS not to be tired because the environment, like we have seen, like we have said, is not so much in supporting intellectualism, it's supporting rush out, grab it, and get away with it, and certain thing. But for those who have their sanity, who get to CIAPS and Professor Kida, then we can provide a balance and we can know that the future is assured. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. All right, still on my CIAPS experience. Let's invite Adeyemo Adebayo. Please a round of applause.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. First of all, my experience, we had the same. I had the same experience with my brother, the auditor's training, and initially I was like, I didn't want to go because I don't used to such training, but I now got an assignment that with a price tag. Okay, I was encouraged. It's simply get taught. But when I got to the training, what I got is even more than I did the assignment, but I didn't bother to even get anything. But what I got from the topic was fantastic. It's a kind of God set person. Because when you get to always you see other potential about you, regardless of what I do. So always so I really thank the Professor for excellent job.
Thank you very much. Everyone is thanking Professor Kida. I also want to thank him for bringing me here. Because the last time I saw Chief Akode was when he had his 60th birthday. And that was the last time I saw him. I think that was last year. And I'm seeing him again to the glory of God. And I'm seeing some wonderful, very, very important personalities here today. So I say thank you to Professor Kida. What you did. All right, let's also invite Nosa Aituame Osula. Nosa Aituame Osula. Are you? All right. Happy to see you. Good morning, everybody. I'm honored to be here today. I wasn't expecting that I would be called up to say one or two things. Professor Killer, I want to say a very big thank you to you and to also confess my sins before everybody this morning. That after the training, Professor Killer told us to write an essay, a piece about a particular subject. Unfortunately, I never did. Well, my experience in CIAPS, well, it was a highly enriching and practical experience. Overall, it was intensive, engaging, and impactful, leaving me better prepared and confident to actually do more in the aviation industry. I report aviation for Radio Nigeria, and I also have a program on radio tagged Aviation Runway. I'm the pilot. Air Commodore Dituju knows that. I'm a pilot. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, I'm always on air. I fly the airplane with my mouth. I do not have the technical expertise to actually fly the main airplane. But anyway, we have done a lot of training, and this particular training we did in CIAPS was sponsored by our own Federal Airports Authority of Nigeria. The aviation industry does a lot of training, not just for their staff alone, but for those who report aviation. Why do they do that? Because they want us to have the requisite knowledge about aviation so that we can better educate the public, so that we will not create apprehension. When there is an incident or accident, most people might not know, the issues surrounding this particular situation. So we need to explain to them what an accident is, what an incident is, and also make them understand the responsibilities of the various agencies in the aviation sector. And when they have this knowledge, when things happen, they will not jump to conclusion, or they will not become apprehensive when it comes to flying in the nation's airspace. I want to say here categorically that our nation's airspace is very safe. There is continuous oversight of the airline operators, not just the airline operators alone, but other companies that provide services to the airlines and to other ancillary service providers in the industry. It is a very highly regulated industry. There is no Nigerian aviation industry. It is global. Whatever happens in other parts of the world is the same in Nigeria. So let us support the Nigerian aviation industry. Let's not demonize our airlines, neither bring the nation's industry to disrepute, because it is the way you handle whatever you own. That is how others will also want to look at it or take it. So let's support the Nigerian aviation industry to growth and development. Thank you very much for giving me. Thank you very much. But I thought Professor Killer's father just informed us now that he studied medicine. And all of a sudden he went into agriculture. Now aviation. How that one thing happen? I don't understand. But all the same, I want to recognize, before I invite Onyeko Sola, because she just told me now that, that was a long time ago. And I have it here. My time at CIAPS was worth it. But before I invite Onyeko Sola, let me quickly recognize the presence of Nafisa Abdullahi Amidu. I hope I got that correctly. Nafisa Abdullahi Amidu. You're welcome, ma'am. You're welcome. All right. My time at CIAPS was worth it. How? Let's hear from Onyeko Sola. Special students, please come and explain yourself to us. Thank you.
Good afternoon, KBC. Good afternoon, distinguished guests. Professor Killer,
So my time at CIAPS was a long time ago, but Prof has successfully dragged me here on stage. And the time indeed was truly worth it. All of the Saturdays I spent at CIAPS. So just like yesterday, I embarked on the journey to better myself, and I must say that attending CIAPS validated my vision of transferring knowledge and skills through teaching, or better still, tutoring. The learning environment was amazingly serene, making learning easy and assimilation faster. The course content at the time, and I believe still now, is relevant and tailored to current aspirations for inspiring lessons with tutees. The lecturers, in my estimation, are beyond world class and are classic examples of what teachers should be. They definitely understand the expectations of the students and inspire them to achieve more. Overall, my time at CIAPS was worth it because it changed my perception of how teaching should be. Only Nigerian students learning in Nigeria would understand this. Don't take my word for it. Be a part of CIAPS to experience the thrill of learning tailor-made lessons that inspire you to aspire. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Onyinkansola. That was a brilliant delivery. Now let's hear from Adebayo Adeyemo. Okay, it's spoken. All right. Okay, Adebayo Bello. Adebayo Bello. Adebayo Kuti, get ready. Once Adebayo Bello is done, Adebayo Kuti, you are the next on my list.
Yeah, thank you. Good afternoon, Kabesi. Good afternoon, all. I never know you are going to call me. All right, my name is Bello Adedayo. So I just want to correct that. Yeah. In April, precisely, I was opportune to join a program about internal control. And the program was just like practical. It was just practical because Professor Killer make it more interactive such that he wants us also to talk. It was not just a classroom where we are just tapping knowledge, but he also wants to know what we also have in us. So that made me to also see that we are not just there empty, but you also want to know what we have in ourselves in order to also to add to what we have. And that training exposed me to how to ensure that everything we have, how are we adding value to it? And also, what impact can we do in our organization that will make us better than what we are doing before? It made me to see that I can think beyond what I've been doing before. And it's a training that I'm still applying even till now. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Adedayo Bello Kuti. Seidu Ayuba, you are next after Kuti. I have just 2 more to go.
Yes. Good afternoon, sir. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, my name is Adebola Kuti. When we were invited to CIAPS, I didn't know what to expect. And I thought maybe it was mandated for us to come. So I was like, we just have to come and attend the lecture. But over the time, my perspective changed. We were taught better way, better work ethics, better new way of thinking. And also, A notable experience was the learning process. Professor Killer taught us to bring our ideas to fore, and he encouraged us to write a lot, share our ideas to the world. Another notable experience was to take responsibility for our actions. He taught us to do that, to responsibility for our actions, and also to, taught us greater work ethics. And in short, it was a very good learning process for us. And I would like to thank Professor Killer. He really impacted us well. Thank you very much.
It really impacted us well. Thank you very much. I think what I could see. Okay, Seidu Ayuba, are you here? Seidu Ayuba and Tolu, but maybe I should just have these few people, all of you come on stage so that we can proceed. Seidu Ayuba, yeah.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Seidu Ayuba. Yeah, I attended the CIAPS training by nomination by my boss as an internal auditor. And in the course of the training, so many discussions were on. One, integrity. Where do you find yourself in the area of integrity? As an internal, before you can succeed, there must be management support, because it's like you are between the owner and those that does not own it. But you find out that in the course of doing your job, there is owner's own. Where there is an issue, that was the question we posed to Professor Killer. When there's an issue, an offense is committed by owner's own, how do you handle it? He was able to brought us to the fact that you must balance it. The owner is your employer, and the owner has a relationship with those people as those that he brought to work in the same organization. In that same way, you must respect. We learned so much from him. And one critical point that he told us was that you have to be at the center stage. Not when decisions are taken, you will be behind. But when there's issue happen, you will be calling. The owner should be able to bring you in to handle the situation, be part of the decision making, so that when it happens, you will know how to work around it. The training was so impressive. It was something that we find out that and they accepted the fact that even the owners does not, they just put you there as an internal auditor. Just watch for me, and you watch for them. But when it's relating to themselves or their people, they kind of pull back. Then you'll be middle of the fence. So we're able to balance it until today. You know that your watchword as an internal auditor is integrity. You have to keep it right. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. I don't know what to say because my senior boss has just spoken. I want to say Professor is an encourager. If I'm to say today, you still keep me standing in audit with just an advice that you gave us the last time we have the program. I have been in audit for like 6 years in my former office, but the issue between the owners and the owners' friends has made me to step out of the company because I can't trade with my integrity. But when we share idea on that day, based on what my Oga have just said, because it's still happening where I found myself. And I said, it's better I pull myself out of audit and do another thing. But he sat us down, said there is a way you can relate with the owner and also manage with the people who is under the owner when they commit some offense. And up to today, that strategy has been working for us, sir. Because as at the time we are called for that meeting, me and my boss, we are in a crucial stand that we are even taking police alongside to investigate. But it falls in the shoe of those, the owner stand. And others are looking at us. I want to see how they are going to handle this issue. If it is we, I know the way they will do it. But God help us to strike the balance. Professor Kila, I want to thank you. You are a good encourager, not only passing knowledge into the life of people, but you have built people knowingly and unknowingly. And I want to appreciate that because you trained him to be a doctor, but now he's a finance director. In our own area, he has improved our financial knowledge, how to take care of those that are under our care. And I want to say thank you to everyone. My name is Tolulope Ajayi.
Thank you very much. Alàgbà Tolulope Ajayi. All right, thank you to all the graduating students and thank you for coming to share your CIAPS experience with us. Now, without taking too much of our time, one of the reasons why we're here is about to commence. But before then, before I invite our professor for a take on public lecture, let me quickly run through the citation I have here. Anthony Kila is a Jean Monnet Professor of Strategy and Development. He is a jurist, political economist, strategist, policy analyst, popular essayist, and the director at the Institute of the Commonwealth. He also serves as an international director of studies at the European Center for Advanced and Professional Studies. He is a regular commentator on no, I'm almost done. Let me take this now, please. No. Let me just say, I'm on the last sentence. Yes, he is a regular commentator on the BBC and columnist for the Independent Telegraph, Europa, and Panorama. His article and essays are also published in serious other news adverts. Thank you very much. Here we have Professor Anthony Kila. Welcome, sir. Dr. Anthony Kila. No, Dr. Aki Anthony Kila. Welcome, sir. Medical doctor.
Thank you very much. A very good afternoon at this point, very much. Thank you very much indeed. Mrs. Ransom Kuti, a special thank you to you. Miss Ransom Kuti, sorry, yes, I teach every time I see you. That gets into my head. A lot of people have made a lot of sacrifices to be here today, and I really appreciate it. And
really appreciate it very much. At some point, I was wondering with my birthday, what is going on? I think I thank all those graduates who have said very good things about me, but they've done something terrible because there's a lot of faculty members that you have not highlighted, and they're watching on Zoom. And they might think I drive you. It's not a good thing to go. Now, there is a secret I'd like to share at the Common Institute about how we do things. And that is that every topic that we go through, every line that we pass, is not the brain of one person, but the deliberation of many people. And the idea is to bring together bright brains to provide bright ideas to people. It's not about delivery. There are some of us, I think, I always say this about myself, people like me who have no talent. Our biggest talent is to find those who have talent, and that's how we get them together. And I think let me say, this is our end of the year lecture, and we do a public lecture. We could have just saved all the money and have a party, which what our graduates would have liked, I guess. Just have a good party. But part of what we're trying to do at the Community Institute is we believe that what we say in theory of the connubium between the academia and the city should be true. So once in a while, we open up the academia to have a public lecture and to let people participate in what is going on there, hoping that it will be a drop in their ocean of reflection and perhaps influence what they then go on to do. And that is what we're planning today. In terms of bringing talent, every year we have a board of governors where across the world where we choose from, and we choose reputable and capable people who guide us and give us idea in their country of what we ought to be doing. In Nigeria, we have about 5 people. One of them passed away this year, and I would like us to take a minute of silence in honor of the late Dr. Christopher Colladi, who was a guiding star for us. So thank you very much. And so those are the kind of people that guide us. This year, I am pleased to say that we've nominated a new person on our board. He's not very happy about it. He doesn't want people to know. But we must mention that the new person that we've nominated to join our board of governors this year is none other than Mr. Dan Kule, who is over there. Mr. Dan Kule brings to our board his expertise in oil and gas and business and international relations. We know what is close about. The last picture I saw of him was with Bill Gates, which I thought that's that is something there. And the fascinating about when he was with Bill Gates is that he was nonchalant about it. He was like, yeah, Bill, that's what we're talking about. That's as you can see him come with no tie and trainers today. That is it. But God help you when he disagrees with one thing that we are doing. It's not long we've nominated, we're already having problem with him on the board because because he lost his phone, I think, one night, and he called like 2-3 people to call me so I can get his new number. Because I have to be in touch. We have to. What exactly are we doing about this thing? That's the kind of money. So thank you very much, the governor. Thank you for accepting it. More than a lecture, what we're doing today is really a talk to get an idea of what we believe in and what affects our thought. The theme for this is creating a culture of excellence, and that's the idea. And there's no drink in front of your food. Let us just very calmly digest this conversation like a dinner talk, not a major kind of lecture. We'll have a PowerPoint like that. The theme is creating a culture of excellence. Generally speaking, the subset topic will be creating and managing a culture of excellence for for productivity and profitability, which is the whole essence of what this is about for us as a group. If I were to ask people the word excellence, what comes to your mind? Very quickly, any if you pass this microphone to anybody of your choice, whether you like them or you want, you don't understand. Just look at them very quickly. Don't go to people that they're too old that you can command. But you know, but try to exercise. It's always important to exercise power when you have it. So let's see, who do you go to? You go to to the new DG. That's yes, doctor, that's you. So excellence, the word excellence, what comes to mind? Is it up? Take mine once we check that this is working. Use this. I can adjust that. Okay. So when you talk or mention the word excellence, you're talking about you're talking about something that is totally good, extremely good. Extremely good, yeah. Extremely good, without blemish. Without that. Yeah, because when you say good, there might be some blemish. The excellence beyond that. Fantastic. Yeah. So something that's without blemish, something that's clean enough to portray. Extremely good. That's a good enough way to look at it. I like extremely good. Somebody else wants to add something. Is anybody avoiding my gaze like I followed you? So that's the trick for this thing. Yes, please, that gentleman over there. You go straight and you make your right. No, that's not the one I chose. That's this one here. Yeah, then you go back to him. That's the when you have power, you must use it. What's the point of power? You don't use it.
Happy to see you. Good afternoon, everybody. When you talk about excellence, about perfection,
yes.
So now about that's being very perfect.
Yes.
So which or so that doesn't have fault or
doesn't have fault. Extremely good towards perfection. I like those things. Yes, now to your choice. Well, maybe we should introduce themselves, the next person.
Okay, my name is Bello Adedayo.
That's the second time you said it today.
Yeah, thank you. So when we are talking about excellence, we are talking about something having a good quality or standard, exceptionally good.
Exceptionally good, and I like that you introduced the word standard. The ambassador. Ambassador Lawal was not introduced. It's time to introduce Ambassador, and Mrs. Lawal, and is very willing to talk. This is somebody who was represented. Ambassador is important. And he's the chief as well. just in case.
Good afternoon, KBSC, and everybody out here, ladies and gentlemen. Excellence is optimal performance, unblemished.
Yeah.
Something that we can be very proud of.
Something that we can be very proud of. Thank you very much. I think we're all creating a good matrix of this idea of excellence. Something exceedingly good, something that flows towards perfection, and something that makes us proud. I go with all those things because that is the idea, whether we talk about extinction or standing out very well. It's all about excellence in itself, in its word, and I'm happy that we have a champion of English language with us here, Nafisa. The etymology of excellence, which comes from Latin, to excel, means to stand out. That is, the whole point. To excel is to stand out, amongst other things, so that you're not at that level, you stand out. There's some secrets about excellence that is important to bear in mind. I think excellence is one of those things that instinctively we embrace. Rarely does anybody say, I'm against excellence, especially when you think that excellence is something extremely good, of good standard, which somebody put in. Standard is the key word. No, you don't go against that kind of thing, you embrace it. So, but there's some secrets about excellence that we need to bear in mind if we want to embrace it and deploy it in our processes and practice. One thing about excellence is that it's a social construct. Excellence is something that is agreed on, and here comes the word standard. It is not something that you just invent yourself or you stay on it. So one, it's a social construct that is a reflection of a particular society, organization, system, or outcome. So to that extent, it is something that is agreed on. In line with the profile of being a social construct, it is also important to remind ourselves that for excellence to unfold itself, it has to be compared. You cannot be excellent excellent just by yourself in your house, in your village, or in your firm. You have to be compared to something else. And that's where you become, that's where you excel. You excel in comparison to something else. The third important thing about excellence also is that it has to be validated. You can't just call yourself excellent by yourself. It has to be agreed on. I see, well, they're not students anymore. They're old boys from my school, go we call it. When I was in school, a lot of people, we still have the argument 50 years later. So we talk about the fact that some people think that I was a bad footballer. I think that I was very good, you know. But I think the consensus is that I wasn't. But, you know, in my, you know, I suspect there's a bit of misunderstanding on that idea of being a good footballer. But the point is, for us to agree, you know, that one is excellent, the society has to agree. Because, you know, stupidly of them in my school, there's some people, they all agree is a good footballer, who are that, you know. In my mind, I'm better than those ones. But the point is that my mind doesn't matter, does it? What really matters is the child who scored the first time we won the school score, that the child who scored every time he still reminds me I was the one who scored that goal. This is so those are clear things. So the other thing about excellence is that one, it's a social construct. Two, it has to be compared. Three, it has to be validated. You can't just by yourself. You know, there's a lot of people who in their mind they are greater than the way we see them. And then when you want to get ridiculous, they behave that way. I'm using dull people who have the syndrome of intelligent people. And then they shout when you show them that the thing is not there. So it's never a story of fault, is what we're saying. The other thing about excellence, which is important to bear in mind, is that obvious as it is, like water wet, that we like it, you'll be shocked that actually, in most situations, and we have a habit of throwing percentages around in Nigeria, but this is a scientific thing. Less than 1% of people consciously decide to go for excellence. If you think about it, you know, in a school, in an organization, in any kind of conglomerate or collective, very few people say, I'm going to go to that place. No, let's see. Everybody came here, even Ms. Ransom Kudu came on time. No, very few people say, I'm going to go to that place to be the first person to be there. It's a rare decision that we make. And then goes the paradox of humanity between the accepted goal and the practice of achieving it. Rarely do people say, in this company that I'm going, or this role, or this new position that I'm giving, I'm going to make sure I'm the best in the world. I'm going to be the best in this organization. People don't even say I'm going to be the best Christian in the world. You know, they just practice it somehow. We go along doing our best, but whilst we understand the distinction, the excelling part of excellence, rarely do we consciously say, I am going to be excellent. You know, at best we do our best, or you know, or we try to win, at least when it is in view of comparison. So the first step towards creating a culture of excellence is to consciously want it, which is a revolution in itself. If we look at it, you know, it's there obvious, but rather you think about it. So those are the 5 crucial things I want to take about excellence. It's a decision. In very practical terms, how do we manage this description of excellence, this aspiration towards excellence? Is the idea of little things matter. We start from that. Little things matter. If we believe that I want to be known for punctuality, because it's a social construct, we can construct our idea of excellence. We can construct our personality. That's the beauty of social construct. So we say, what does excellence look like? Punctual, reliable, rich in content, capable. Then we sit down, say, this is what I am going to do. One of the things we do, it was said, now this is a real we that I do little of it. One of the things that the Commonwealth World Institute, besides training staff, is that organizations call us to audit their processes and performance and try to improve it, you know, kind of management kind of thing. And there is a very peculiar Nigerian disease, which staff do, which is that of loading their desk underneath nylon papers or old books or things that they don't use. And you're wondering, if your leg is like it, how will your brain be? Where you put your leg? These are the little things that you can't go there. So if you care about excellence, you notice those little things that matter. We spend a lot of money in our hotel, in our, tourism industries, where brands that in their country, they were just budget hotels. They come to Nigeria, we turn it into luxury thing because we put a lot of money into it. But unlike the Emirates, we're not actually known for 5-star hotels. Whereas we have a lot of capable hotels that are potentially 5-star hotels. We don't get it because when the inspection is done, when the call is done, there's always some person who will leave a bucket of mop in the wrong place. After the owners have spent a lot of money to build that amazing thing. Or when they use people to, do the customer check, the cold calling, and you call to make a reservation, or sometimes you play, that's the bit I like, the difficult customer role where you call, you cancel. Then the person is talking to you, they say, I don't have for the man. What do you want, Seth? And they just kill the dream of 5 stars from those little things. Because the whole essence of this 5-star thing of excellence is that you continue to give the best at all times. That's the whole point. It is not the culture of excellence, and that's what we call culture. Of excellence is not an achievement, it's not a feat. It's a continuous process. It's a continuous process. We have the Vice Marshals, we have the Royal Highness, I don't know, government people here. So when I criticize some government things, and some of my friends will provide you do that, I do it because I want to improve. I don't like you, but that thing you did yesterday, that policy, come on. What? How you do that? Okay, you are voters. How will I get it over with? Will I keep quiet? Maybe you could have told them not to ask me that question, because if they ask me, I have to say, that's my drive. What is yours? And therein lies the personal ownership of excellence. We must always ask themselves, what is my drive towards excellence? Our personal drive towards excellence should make us not accept the lack of drive of excellence around us. To learners, but I think this is important, we have to be allergic to what is wrong. We have to be allergic to, yes, thank you. It's a good place to clap. Thank you, Lord. This is why I like that. Everyone else doesn't. So we have to be allergic to anything that is wrong. Morals, dressing, even language. We have to be allergic to stupidity and shallowness. And it is not enough to be allergic to it inside us. We have to let people know we are allergic to it, so they don't do those kind of things around us. That's the whole point. I think the people that, if you want to be known as a believer, one of the things you can show is to let people know that you're allergic to sins. They should know that around you, no, those things, don't do it. You won't like it. Don't practice those kind of things. So once we agree about what excellence is, and we see that as a conscious decision to grow about it, and we see the few things that we need to do, added into it, a continuous thing. Individuals imbibe the idea of excellence, but we also then need to transform it by transferring it to our collective, either to organizations as leaders, to our family as parents, or to our communities as influencers. Now, the whole way to do that is that we have to understand that we're creating something new. Remember what I said. Instinctively, don't generally we accept it. Instinctively, we don't go for culture of excellence. That is not the usual drive. We then therefore, at some point, need to decide, I have embraced culture of excellence, or the idea of excellence. Let's do it. Let's take a step this way. I have embraced the idea of excellence. I need to create a culture of excellence. The creation of the culture of excellence is not something that, yes, it could be gradual, something gradual, but that's not the start. That has to be a day in which you say, henceforth, we are now having this culture of excellence. You have to announce it. There has to be a start date. And if you start with little things, big things, it doesn't matter. But it has to be a start date. I use the word culture, I was pulling it back. Now we can use it fully. Let us go back without citing authors, but Taylor comes to mind. When we think of culture, we must see culture as that tapestry of how we express ourselves, mainly the way we speak, the way we dress, the way we eat. Everything human is what is culture. So the way we pray, the way we love, the way we hate, the way we fight, the gift that we give, the sacrifice that we make, it's a cultural thing. There is an episode where we are very, as a league of Nigerian columnists, everything I've said, I mean, people have not said the column thing, and the president of the League of Columnists is there, Chief Tola Adeniyi. When we had, this is a very fascinating story. So we had, well, not a meeting, we had our meeting. And some people wanted to see us, and so it was going to be me, Chief Tola Adeniyi, Alhaji Yakubu Mohammed, I think Redfoo was there, and the late Dan Agbese. So we had this group where these people were coming to meet us, a very crucial matter. And at some point they were late, and we had finished, and the council decided we're going to give them 1 hour. They didn't come, but they kept on calling. But it's official that we must dissolve and go away at that point. And everyone was going there, but just when we were leaving, literally by the gate, coming out, then they arrived, and our very human, chaotic Nigerian way of explaining the why. People trying to tell you all their efforts, instead of getting, a few people said, no, we have to go, it doesn't matter. And you tell Adeniyi said, no, I'm a Yoruba chief, I can't, it's a thing of hospitality. That even if we are not going to deal with them, we have to go back and feed them, I think, that they have to eat. So how are these people thinking that all their clips had been taken? They ate, but they didn't do what they came to do. I think the chief here. So that is part of culture. That's the essence of that's a cultural thing. So we must decide this kind of culture. Now, a good example of creating culture and that we can learn from and move into a place of excellence is the example of Moses in the Bible. I think it's about 1,200 or so kilometers or miles from Egypt to when he got into the desert. Whether you believe it or not, then he went and came back one day and said, as from now on, thou shalt not steal. I mean, surely you don't believe that all this while they didn't have any idea that stealing and lying is bad. Surely they had some inkling of what is good and bad. But the point is, a culture was being created at that moment to say, henceforth, this is who we are. The things of past could be past, but as from today, this is where we're going to do now. So if we decide that we want to embrace a culture of excellence, what we need to do is that we go back to organizations, our community, our group, our families, and say, I think that this is the way we ought to be. This is the way we ought to speak, this is the way we ought to dress, this is the way we ought to change processes. And we say, henceforth, this is the way we're going to do it. That is creating the culture of excellence. It doesn't have to be revolutionary. We could just say, henceforth in this organization, the response time should be not more than 16 hours. It should not more than that. But we should try something that is, now here's the thing, if you want a real culture of excellence, make sure you don't choose something like 48 hours or 24 hours because you want consciousness. So don't go with round figures. You have to go with something in between that helps that consciousness. That is the creation of the culture of excellence. How do you manage this culture of excellence? You need to overcome, you have your vision, which is where you want to go. You need your vessel, which is your organization, the system you're going to use. Then you need the vigor, which is the energy to push it through. That energy drives the value that you're using. Now, look at it this way, that vigor, that energy, what do you use the energy for? You use the energy to inform people, to train them when necessary. but you also use it to monitor. That monitoring leads to consequence. The idea of a new world in which you talk to people, you encourage them. Yes, you do all those things, but guess what? When they go wrong, you also have to punish them. There has to be consequence management if you want a culture of excellence. The best you can do as a leader, as an influencer, is to be logical and transparent about your culture of excellence. People should know what to expect if they behave well, and they should know what to expect when they behave badly. And it doesn't matter, I always tell people that, the fact that you had a problem and you couldn't get here on time is something I feel very sorry for. But the story should be that because you couldn't get there on time, you are not able to execute that job. And hopefully next time you'll be luckier. Not that because you were not there on time, my own job did not happen. No, it doesn't work that way. You see, there has to be consequence for it. And if you tell people, if you tell everybody, the 5 of you, we need to deliver 50. So that's 10, 10. If somebody delivers 12, honestly, it is a sin to treat them equally. You must reward those people who have given more. And everybody should see. And in a way, the management of the culture of excellence is based a lot on reward. It's based a lot on reward and punishment. You should see your staff and treat them equally. The people who are not shining stars, we need to decide what is their problem. Is it lack of knowledge? Is it lack of exposure, capacity? Or is it an attitude thing? How much can we train them or deploy them? The culture of excellence moves leaders to make people excel, do their best. So once in a while, we have to audit our team and see if this person is more of a protocol person than an operational person. I'm using some people who are very nice. Of the jobs they don't do. Very nice. Maybe it's time you start thinking, are these protocol people rather than operational? The other thing about people management for a culture of excellence is putting people to do the right thing. For the sake of fairness, we call it, there's a trend of doing rotas to say that everybody should have a taste of one job or the other. You must be able to do this. Now, that is another paradox of humanity, because what we're doing there is actually teaching. We want them to learn. But as managers, learning is just one fraction, the lowest fraction of what we should be doing. Our real thing should be achieving. In the process of achieving, because we want to be fair, we subjugate the culture of excellence to the culture of practice. This is what I mean. So some people feel that everybody should do the same thing. So there's tasks that some people don't like, or there are tasks that most people enjoy. So because people enjoy it, you say, okay, let's divide it. This time is your turn, that time is your turn. It's good to learn, because if you want to lead, you have an idea of the whole process, whatever you do. But I argue that it's best to look at people and let them be where they're best at. Some salespeople are good at sales, and they are terrible at the report, at the admin work. Don't let them do it, let them keep selling. Get a central admin, one central admin that manages 5 salespeople. So they sell and they throw in their reports. And that admin who's shy, who does not like relating with people, let him or just sit down and tabulate the sales. Very old tree, Adam Smith, division of labor. That's what you're doing. And you get specialization and you improve your productivity. The practical example of this is if we try to get people to do everything or anything, we struggle with it. Think of sports stars off the market now. Let me go to Michael Jordan when I still remember. So Michael Jordan was an ace basketballer. Ace Jordan, everything he did very well. Like every athlete, if you remember the school days, not on the professional level, but school days. If somebody is good at one sport, they tend to be good at some other sports as well. They maybe not everything, but generally, few people are good at just one thing. Except some goalkeepers. There's some goalkeepers who can't run, but generally, they tend to be good at other things. I think Michael Jordan had that idea after his career in basketball. He tried baseball, then he tried golf. He was good because an athlete to be good in many things, but he didn't excel. He wasn't a champion in those things. So my argument is that if unluckily for him, he had been pushed towards the wrong sport, he wouldn't have been this Michael Jordan. What made him excel that he was doing what he was good at and what he enjoyed, and he kept on doing that thing till it came out. The Michel Platini, now didn't even try anything else. If they even tried to make him put that in a pundit, he got bored of it and he left the thing. If he had tried something else, he wouldn't have excelled. So in managing people, whether they're staff or children, it is good to identify where their strengths are and play to their strengths. If you play to people's strengths, they're more likely to excel. Have you been stuck in a car like some people this morning, and they play a song you don't like on the radio, and you think that song is very long? It's not because you don't like it, but because broadcasters know the time they give to song is more or less the same. The songs you like tend to appear shorter. I mean, the only evil radio people do that, that's where you know that there's something bad about them, is that the songs they choose for adverts are always good songs. Or when they want to do jingle of a program, they choose the song that everybody likes. Then they force us to listen to some parts or sometimes. But once you can discern it, and this culture of excellence, and here playing to the strength, playing to the strength shows you that even time is a relative thing, depending on the activity that one is doing. So if you're doing what you're good at and what you enjoy and what is rewarding, we tend to be able to excel as well. Now, I think so far, it's safe to say that we've established what the culture of excellence is. We've uncovered some secrets about it. One, that the social construct. Two, that it requires validation. Three, that it requires comparison. Four, that it's a deliberate decision to make it happen. And that most people do not go for that decision, so we have to do that. We've also seen that because the culture, it has to be created, one has to absorb it, then transfer it in order to transform it into a cultural conquest. We now have to, I will see some examples of how we can do that, from little things to big things, processes, appearance. Really, we can break down how we manage the whole thing into 3 or 4 things. One is process, the second is appearance, the third is consequence, and the fourth is record. If you look at any operation we do in any organization, those are the 4 major areas that we need to think of. How does it appear? How do we appear? Our staff, our environment, how do we communicate? Under appearance is also perception. Then, what is our process like? So the process, for example, for the food people, especially wasn't the local caterers, they are Latin people. They're always overwhelmed. I make it a point. I guess because I like food. I make it a point to go near them, to go and sit down. And they're always overwhelmed. At some point, they start insulting the people they're supposed to be serving. That's a wrong process. They say the food is good. You manage it. That's a wrong process. So we look at the process. We look at the outcome, the product that we made, and we look at the consequence of our action. So those are the areas. If we want to now look at a few things that can be the challenge to the culture of excellence. Now, when our graduates were talking about practical things, this is a very CIAPS culture, which when we teach it, we always try to say, okay, this good thing that we've said, what can be the impediment in real life of actualizing it? And we'll try to find a solution to those problems. That's why I'm going to do that. So everything we said, what can be the challenge of embracing this culture of excellence? The first one is to even understand what excellence is. It's not that we don't know what excellence is generally or vaguely. It's about knowing what excellence is in our context. You see, because sometimes you can think that you have a good fashion sense or a good decor sense. But if you work for a boss, habit is gone. Well, my father is here. For the royal people, white is what is good in their view. That is excellence for them. That their own idea of good dressing is a big white thing. There you go. So no matter how you try, maybe you're coming very fancy way, like the end of Pathfinder with the bling, You try to blame chief that one because you don't know what I'm embarrassing. So you need to think of Amendio by father, I saw the thing around it, and now you see his great connection. That's the aviation connection. They say, they're getting, oh, I know this, I just want to do my plate and put some bread for KBC to wear, add a bit of, no, that won't work. So in that context, you have to know that your outcome is decided by these metrics. That is what you understand excellence for. There's some bosses who don't care about the process, they care about the result. So you have to know, if you're a process person and you're working with somebody who cares about result, you're wasting your time. So you first need to understand that's where that, that consciousness, that vision, that understanding what excellence is before you start going for it. The next step to go for excellence, first on the personal level, the next step is how do you transfer it so that you can transform, so that you can create the culture of excellence. That has to do with communication. You must understand how to communicate things to people. It's very crucial. Because one of the most underrated skills is communication skill. We don't take it. If you find people talking and they say, you know what I mean, I always say, no, I don't know what you mean. Because if not saying, don't get me to that confusion. I'm already confused by myself. Don't add your own confusion to me. So we must train ourselves to be very good at communication and make sure others can communicate. Communication is not just you speaking well. That's the thing. It's important. But it's also your ability to listen. Because you see, we tend to forget it, but the origin of the word communication comes from communicare, commune. To commune is to share, is to be together. So we must know that it's not a one-way thing. We should be able to commune, to share things. And when we think of, to converse, for example, comes from conversare, which means it is to pour together. Con with, share. So anytime we see con or con, what it means is togetherness. So when we communicate, we should be able to communicate together, which means we should be able to listen to people. We should make sure people understand us. Our communication should be effective communication at all times. Effective communication is that communication where the sender and the receiver are getting the same thing. And it is a conscious effort to make sure they get the same thing. You do that by using the right word and also using the right channels to make sure people are getting it. There are some people who, if I don't want them to see something, I send it their email. I know they never look at their email. Then after that, they tell me you didn't send, I say I did, check that day. There are some people that you want them to see something, you have to use WhatsApp so that they see it immediately. There's some people that have to be SMS. There's some people, even though we're in 2025, 2026, until you call them, they have not seen that thing. So you just need to know and to make sure it happens. The other possible impediment, or shall we say hurdle, to creating and managing a culture of excellence is capability. Most of the things we take for granted in life, we learned them, whether consciously or not. Nobody was born with a knife in their hand. We just learned it at some point, that's why. And that is why when we go on our road, you see people doing crazy things because they didn't actually learn driving. They don't know the code. They're not, you see, it's not ethics, yes, but they're duller than wicked. They're more stupid people. There are wicked people. I know we play against witches in Nigeria, and they exist, but there are more people who are just simply stupid than wicked. Because when you look at it, and those of you, when you get angry at somebody on the bike, the Okada man, trying to bash Shiva Conde's mega Mercedes bulletproof imported cars that he wears. Can you not see that that person is not wicked to him? He's crazy to himself. Some people are so stupid that we've lost the sense of survival. And herein lies one thing. So we have to look at that and know that this is problem of capacity, capability. We have to train it to get to it. So communication is important. The possible impediment, we said, first the consciousness, second is communication. Third is do people have the capacity or not? By the way, all these things have solutions because you just improve your communication skill and you train people and you open their eyes to what they need. The other is the structure of the vessel, the structure of our organization, the structure of our process. Does it allow for this kind of thing? We have to look into that and see how do we improve, streamline towards the culture of excellence that we want to achieve once we've achieved that? The other one is resources. Now, the thing about resources is that, contrary to what people think, people think if you grow enough, you have enough. You can never have enough resources. So anytime we use the word resource, we should put limited. It's always limited. The whole point of Homo sapiens, the manager, is able to manage limited resources. These resources are people, it is time, it is our machines that we use. It is, of course, money. We're very clear to understand that money is not enough. That's an obvious one. You don't even need to. But if you want to prove money is not enough, I can assure you that, and I said it a lot, there are only three circumstances in life when people say money is not a problem. It is either they're on the sick bed about to die, then money is not a problem. Or they're in jail, hoping to come out, they say money is not a problem. Or they don't intend to pay you. Otherwise, money is always a problem. And it's the same for everything. Even for human beings, you might have 1,000 staff, or maybe the one that actually you need are 5. And you don't find those 5 that have those skills. You have employment issues, you have a recruitment issue. So we have to look at those items and see how to deal with them. The whole point of the culture of excellence is that we have the consciousness to aim for something that is better than where we are now. And then we create a vessel that will carry us towards that vision that we've designed for ourselves. To get to that vision, we're going to need some values to ride on. Those are the do's and don'ts. Then we need the vigor, which is the energy, to insist, to continue even when the resources are limited, even when the odds are against us. To be able to see, there is a beautiful thing I like to say about phenomenal. That says that once you have an idea of what you want to achieve, the impediments of today will look so little to you. When you can see the very clear vision. The modern expression for it is noises and distraction. Big innovators and achievers, they're never distracted by noises. They focus sharp to see exactly what they want to do. And all those other distractions, they just put it out. So the creation and the management of the culture of excellence and being able to get there all lies in our ability to get the vigor to follow that vision in the vessel that we've done, using the value that we've created, and being able to, at all times, maintain it no matter what happens. In the middle of it, we're going to have to communicate very, very well. We're going to have to train people to go well, because it's a social thing. You can't go alone. And one last thing, we're going to have to compete. We're going to have to compare ourselves. We're going to have to say that if I want to be a great lawyer, like Sister Bola in front of us, I have to compare that with a lot. And I have to say, how are they managing this case? What are they doing about it? So when we have the like of Dangole and his people decide they want to do a refinery, they didn't say we're just doing a refinery. Let's do the biggest refinery. In Nigeria, no. In Africa, no. In the world, that's the way to think. That's the way. Maybe not now, but you know from the onset that that is what I want to do. That is what I want to be. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is an outline of the creation and management of the culture of excellence. Thank you very much.
Please a round of applause for Professor. I wish you could continue, sir. It was just, life away. It was just reading it out like that, and I was busy writing. And the moment he said, I think, but you need to continue, sir. But all the same, we appreciate you, Professor Kila. Now, awards. Awards. Yes.
One reason why I don't read my glasses, I don't do well. So, I think they'll get them ready. But this end of the year program we have, part of what we do is to recognize some individuals that have done things that are truly worthy of emulation, something of excellence. And it's not something you apply for. We just sit down by ourselves and we decide that these are the people we should go for. So if they didn't have the opportunity of sending you WhatsApp message saying vote for me, that's what we do. this is the real thing. So to help us recognize this, unfortunately, we chose a day where people are everywhere in the world, but they're all represented here. So we're going to beg Kabezi to please come to the stage when they will. Well, we're going to be giving out this award, and thank you very much. Sit there. It's like a death, yes. And then thank you, sir. Then out of merit and shared nepotism, I call Dr. Kila as well. Yes, sir. Badly married, badly. Chief Toladini, please, sir. Married. Mrs. Ransom Kuti. Yeah, okay. Now we don't see no like country about no. Yes, just right.
Right, so as previously stated, we begin with our awards. And thank you so much, Professor Akila, for having me for this and for that fantastic lecture that you just delivered on the culture of excellence. And, you know, before we go into the awards, as he was speaking about the culture of excellence, I just reflected on my experience. So I worked in broadcasting in a number of African countries before relocating to Nigeria. Specifically, South Africa was where I spent the most time. And in South Africa, you know, as broadcasters, we always have communication coming into our ears from the director and so forth. When they tell you, round up, 10 seconds, 5 seconds, 3, 2, 1, and one, whether you like it or not, they'll cut you off and go to advert. So it was very interesting for me when I started working on the morning show because, you know, my colleagues, we would have the communication and the director would say 10 seconds, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And Dr. Abati would say, and on to my next point. It's very, it was such a culture shock for me. But having said that, I think, you know, there's a different way that we embody our excellence as Africans, which is that we afford great respect to our elders, our academics, and those that we know are leading the way for us. So a new experience in learning about excellence. But I'm not here to talk, I'm here to assist with celebrating our awardees today. Our first award goes to Nafisa Abdullahi, who is an emerging leader, advocate for development and passionate, yes, you can start making your way out, an advocate for development and passionate contributor to community growth. Her dedication to excellence, strong leadership qualities, and commitment to positive impact distinguish her as a rising force in her field. Through her work and influence, she continues to inspire young professionals and promote meaningful social progress. So for her promise, passion, and contribution to community and professional development, we celebrate Nafisa Abdullahi.
Nafisa Abdullahi won the 2025 Team Eagle Global Finals in London, and she became the world's best English language student. We've only met her this morning face to face. You know how this thing works. We applied her, we never saw her. We just thought who has made us so proud, and here she is. And you can see her dad making sure. If you think it's included, try me, but I'll won that thing. Who else wants to go on stage? This is the time. She brought a few people. You can come and join her. Don't let me be the man that allowed you to join. Yes.
Okay, she's escorted by her family.
Yes. And they traveled in all the way from Yobe for this stage. We invited them from Yobe. Congratulations. She had a little sister who has beautiful boots. You can soon see the boots when she comes on top. Oh no, yes, let her come. With the boots.
No. Congratulations.
So, Ms. Ransom Kuti, you are going to present to her the stole and the plaque. If you stay around long enough, she'll be delivering the end of the year lecture in a few years to come. Yes, get their work. Yes, they got the stove.
There's certainly no greater pride for a parent than academic excellence. That deserves to be.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, my royal fathers, Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I am honored to stand before you today, humbled by the recognition bestowed upon me by the Commonwealth Institute of Advanced and Professional Studies. I am deeply grateful to receive the Commonwealth Excellence Award, and I accept it with utmost appreciation. This award is not only a testament to my effort, but also a reminder of all institutions' commitment to nourishing excellence. Thank you for this prestigious recognition. I am proud to be part of the Commonwealth community, and I look forward to continuing to make meaningful contribution in my field. Thank you.
Congratulations. From one woman to another, I wish you all the very best. Thank you for that outstanding performance you must have given to show the world that Black Africa can excel even in the English language. And thank you to your father and your family for being here, obviously giving you all the support that you needed to shine and portray yourself to the global community. Congratulations again. And thank you, Professor Kila, for all that you must have also done to make this possible. Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, thank you. Our Lord Fathers, organizers of this very important ceremony. My name's Alhaji Yusuf Umar. I'm a retired controller of customs. Omo Eko, I came to Lagos. I came to Lagos almost 43 years ago as a graduate, and I served Nigeria critically well. I rose to the rank of controller, Nigeria Customs Service. After 35 years, I retired 2017. Currently, I'm a commissioner in my state, and pray for me. I'm one of the ambassadorial nominees. I'm 70 years now. So pray for me. Inshallah, I'm going to represent this country in one of these countries within the world. And I will make sure that I project the image of Nigeria so that you be proud of me as a Nigerian. My daughter has done this country very well. She has excelled, not only this country, but Africa and world, black world. So I hope we will have more of Nafisa in the nearest future. Thank you very much.
It's my role model. That's
That's very good. I think this is a good case in which you can say to the father, you are entering into big food to fill. Because she gone to the world and conquered. He's going now. So I think on behalf of the Commonwealth Institute, Nafisa was going to mentor her dad on how to behave on the global stage. I shall be sending notes to Nafisa, and Nafisa will be sending notes to you on how to behave in the global stage when you get there. All right. Once you become an ambassador, the next thing is to become chief. No, it's in the way. Even in Lagos, I'm the
So the Otumalogo will be like Jenam. The Ashwaju of Otu, because I served Ondo and Ekiti State 2010 and 2012 as the overall controller. Yes. Yes. And also I am the Kegama of Port Emirates and the district head. Yes. Thank you so much.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Congratulations again. Congratulations. You know, when that ambassadorial nominee list came out, it was very controversial. But we said that they were the good, the bad, and the ugly on the list. This is certainly the good, because by their fruits you shall know them. And you have seen that they have produced good fruit. So we pray for you there, and we
So, my name is Oluwa Sholawe, General Manager Administration, representing Mrs. Olubumi Kuku. Thank you.
Okay. It's my pleasure to give this award by Commonwealth Institute of Advanced African Studies to Olubumi Oluwaseun Kuku in recognition of outstanding achievement, extraordinary professionalism, and unwavering commitment to excellence. Congratulations.
Thank you so much for this award. And when Professor was talking about the Center of Excellence, I thought it would be also nice to talk about what FAN is doing, because this is an opportunity to share what we have been doing as well. With our MD in the Home Affairs. So, on behalf of Mrs. Kuku, because it's a prestigious award for excellence. And in doing that, I would like to highlight FAN's commitment to creating a culture of excellence in service delivery. Early this year, we started an acculturation program, which is expected to transform our organizational culture, fostering an environment where excellence, efficiency, and integrity thrives. Notably, our MD Olubumi Kuku is a trailblazer, the first female MD of FAN, sharpening the glass ceiling and paving the way for more professional women to aspire to greater heights. Her commitment to excellence is contagious, and under her leadership, FAN is truly striving for greatness. At FAN, we're guided by 6 core strategic pillars: customer-centric service delivery, operational excellence and innovation, effective governance and workforce excellence, airport viability, infrastructure modernization and expansion, including safety and security. And I'm also equally pleased that she has actually trained the journalists, because it will also enhance our reporting quality, promote accurate, balanced, and engaging stories. Our commitment to FAN is excellent service delivery, innovation, and setting new standards. Thank you, CIAPS, for this recognition. We're proud of our MD and of the achievement she has achieved since she started as Managing Director, and we look forward to shaping a brighter future for Nigeria's aviation sector. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Very beautifully said on behalf of Mrs. Olubumi Kuku, MD, FAN, and of course we have seen the difference. It's been palpable. You know, when a woman is at the helm of affairs, I'm going to play the gender card as many times as I can. When a woman is in charge, we see the difference. All right. We continue now. Okay, my apologies. We're not yet moving to that, to his particular category. Okay, we are going to, I guess we're following the money, if I may say that. Alhaji Aliko Dangote is Africa's foremost industrialist and one of the world's most influential entrepreneurs. Through the Dangote Group, he has transformed Nigeria's industrial sector, creating thousands of jobs and driving economic growth across the continent. His philanthropic initiatives in health, education, and social development have impacted millions of lives. For his unparalleled contributions to industry, economic development, and humanitarian service, we proudly honor a man who needs little or no introduction whatsoever. Applause for him. I don't see Alhaji in the room. I'm sure there's a representative, an able representative to pick up this deserving honor.
This year we recognize Aliko Dangote for the vision and the implementation this year of the biggest refinery. And it might be, yes, it's a good time to clap. The embodiment of excellence, I dare say. I'm going to allow Mr. Dangote to tell us a bit. Thank you. Why is it Professor? Thank you very much, Prof. Thank you, Kabis. Thank you, Prof. Thank you. Thank you. This is not the general award. It is specific for that reason. Not by, it's my friend, we're very close. I expected him to send somebody from his organization to be here today, but maybe he felt I've been playing both role. I'm here on my own, and I have to be here on his behalf. He's the one on the microphone now, in a way. If you check Arise Television, he's the one on microphone in a way. So it's a great pleasure and opportunity for me to represent him there. Because if you know the journey of that refinery, you will know that it's not a small life journey. It's like planning to go to the moon. We know what it took from 1969 for the Americans to be in the moon. You know what it took. That's exactly the journey and the goal embarked on when we wanted to build that refinery. It's one thing I will want all of us in Nigeria to appreciate and to recognize. If you don't have the privilege of visiting that place, you will not know what we are talking about. The gamut of engineering configuration there, the processes, the wiring, the mega sizes of the, in fact, just the engineering infrastructure is enough for you to say, is it possible in Nigeria for somebody to dream of this? Looking back to 1960. So when this type of award is just a stimulant to encourage him locally. He gained already award internationally, Time Magazine gained awards many other jurisdictions in the world already. We are just waiting after this, maybe he'll get Nobel Prize. So I appreciate this. I appreciate that you extended this gift to him with the award to him and recognition. We are very grateful. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. It is a great pleasure for me to have been called upon to present this to Alhaji Aliko Dangote. I'm one of the biggest stakeholders there. I'm the landlord, the original landlord from a division. So I think I'm the best person to do this. We appreciate all that he has done, coming from the northern parts of the country to come and establish such a magnificent and mind-blowing monumental refinery in Ekpe division, particularly Lekki in Lagos State. We are very happy, we are proud of him, and we pray for him that he will continually soar. He will not relent in this excellent work that he's doing. And we are very happy again that he's it's about transmuting that refinery from the second largest, I think after India, to be the largest one now in the whole continent, and in the whole world, and the special grace of the Almighty God. So congratulations to Alhaji Aliko Dangote, ably represented by Mr. Dandy, and we wish him all the best at all times. Congratulations.
All right, well, another round of applause for all of our very deserving awardees this afternoon. Each of them representing something completely different, but that we can all agree is a representation of excellence.
Yes, indeed. Thank you very much. We give this award, really, it's a parasitic thing. We tap on those who have achieved excellence to teach others how to vie for excellence and to show that there's a reward for it. Our hope in giving out this is that our products and the rest of us have concrete things to aspire to and hopefully get closer to their life and procedures to see how it is done. Not really to copy them, but to see how we can replicate and emulate this in our own world. We don't all have to do refineries, but we can do other things. And that's the whole idea. So thank you very much, Saz, for this. And then we go to our certificates. Yes.
Yes, it's now time for us to celebrate our students who've done the great work of staying the course, because not everybody who starts finishes. So not everybody who finishes is able to attain the necessary qualification. And let me just confirm who is going to be doing. All right, Mr. Dankune will do us the great honor of conferring these certificates to each of our students. So as your name is called up, you just come, receive your certificate, take a picture, and exit the stage. So you can enter the stage from this direction and exit from this direction, just so we can keep a smooth flow going. So once Mr. Dankune is ready, then we will begin the formalities of. All right, so all right, we begin with graduate diploma for senior PAs and executive assistants. Niamaka Quineth Iwebona, please, you can make your way up. And a round of applause, let's keep the applause going. Let's support our graduates, and we will prepare for the next as she comes and receives her certificate and takes her pictures. A graduate diploma for senior PAs and executive assistants. Taiwo Oyenei. Oyenei. Oh, you see, when Oyenei, so you know, when I first started hearing the Yoruba language, I will get it by God's grace. You know, the first word that tripped me was owo, 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 and all the meanings of owo. So that's when I learned that Yoruba is a very special language that requires your intonation to be very well trained. So I will get it right one of these days. All right. Strategic insights for internal auditors. Enu Saidu Ayuba. You can make your way up. Also, strategic insights for internal auditors. Kuti Adebola Mudashiru. You can make your way up. Still staying with the same strategic insights for internal auditors. Bello Adedayo O. Stephen. You can keep the applause going. Keep the applause going. Let's encourage our students who've done so incredibly well. The God of pronunciations fall on my head, anoint me, because receiving the CIAPS Airport Reporters Workshop, Reporting Aviation and Airport Certificate. Aituamen Oshula Ibinosa. Yes, I hope the God of pronunciations drops some anointing on my head. I did it, thank you. Strategic insights for internal auditors, Adeyemo Adebayo. Congratulations to all of you. You've done incredible work, and we can't wait to see what you will do next after attaining these qualifications. the CIAPS Airport Reporters Workshop, Reporting Aviation and Airports. Akinola Kola Akinlade. Please make your way up to the front. CIAPS Airport Reporters Workshop, Reporting Aviation and Airport Certificate. Akidelo Mary E. You can make your way up. We're expecting some incredible reporting coming from the aviation sector. Mary is somebody who I enjoyed working with at Arise. So I believe she's currently with News Central. Good to see your growth. And now with this certification, we're expecting some world-class reporting on our aviation sector from Mary. Still on the CIAPS Airport Reporters Workshop, Reporting Aviation and Airports. Hingino John Adams. Please, if you just remember to enter the stage from my right-hand side and exit from the left. Enter from the right and exit left. All right. CIAPS Airport Reporters Workshop, Reporting Aviation and Airport Certificate, Awe Oluwakemi. That's CIAPS Airport Reporters Workshop, Reporting Aviation and Airports. Strategic Insights for Internal Auditors, Bernard Otuke E. Orona. See, the reason why they call me the Niger wife is because I was imported to Nigeria. And unfortunately, pronunciation doesn't come through marriage, but I'll get it. All right. Wonderful. All right. So our next certificate is for Bernard. Yes, you can exit the stage to my left side. Now, graduate diploma for senior PAs and executive assistants, Zion Iyanolua Ojuri. Congratulations, Zion. Strategic Insights for Internal Auditor Certificate, Ogundipe Oluwole Sunday. Congratulations. Strategic Insights for Internal Auditors, Titilayo Grace Adewole. You can make your way to the front of the stage. Such a great cohort of certificate graduates today, and I do wish them all the best in their professional exploits. Now, graduate diploma for senior PAs and executive assistants. Oluwakorede E. Bamboye, graduate diploma for senior PAs and executive assistants. Strategic Insights for Internal Auditors, Ajayi Tolulokwe Noah. Congratulations. Do you make your way up to the stage? And so we round up with Noah. Those are our certificate graduates for today. They've done exceedingly well. We congratulate them. We hope the certificate takes them forward in their careers, in their journey. I hope it lifts you up. I hope it takes you to the next stage of your excellence in your careers. Because given the charge you've been given today, we expect nothing but testimonies of excellence from all the various sectors and all the various corporations where you shall impact and be ambassadors for CIAPS. Now, on that note, there may be some protocol, but for myself, Bimbai Mutiniri Ekpeyong, it's been an absolute pleasure handling some of these duties for this institute. I'm an advocate for education. I absolutely love people who take the initiative to grow and to learn, because as we continue to do so, Nigeria go better. Thank you so much for your time. There's drinks, cocktails, everything is available outside. Here's a vote of thanks.
We imported and was part of us. We have been digitalized. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Yavis. We appreciate you and your patience. Thank you very much, Chief. Thank you, Her Excellency. Yes, no, please let me
do the assignment you gave me. I represent the Board of Governors here. And I have to do the job at your instance. I appreciate the presence of all of you here. What we are doing here today is the right thing to do to build a society. Because this institute is a mini university, and university means universe, future. It is a center for learning, for you to properly and prove it, like the meaning of university. And you agree with me. So this institute is a miniature university, and unless we do things like this, we break it down. Knowledge will not percolate to the level it's supposed to percolate. All the graduating students today that just received their certificate is because you were able to access this institute. If you are to access Harvard, it will be difficult for you. But we have miniature Harvard down here for you to enable you access Harvard level of knowledge acquisition. So I appreciate your presence, the sacrifice that you have put at our disposal. We will improve, we will work harder, and we will grow this institution to a level that will be very envious in this country. And we need your support. You have become our ambassadors. I am grateful to all of you who have sacrificed your time to be here. And I convey here again on behalf of Alhaji Aliko Dangote that next time you will be present. And we are waiting also to host you in the refinery as soon as you are able to do that. Let us know your timetable. We will also align it with our timetable. We want to see you there. Kabiyesi, please try to extend to Aliko Dangote. Since Femi Otedola is your son, Aliko Dangote is your second son. Give him indigenous certificate also. Don't be calling him foreigner. He's not a foreigner. He's now your son in Ekwe. So I appreciate you very much, sir. Thank you very much for coming. I appreciate all of you. God bless. Thank you.
Uncle Dankule, thank you very much, sir. Okay, on that note, we want to say a very big thank you to everyone present here today. Kabiyesi, His Royal Majesty Oba Dr. Olufolarin Olukayode Ogun Soya JP Ogun Sanwo. Sorry, please. We appreciate you, sir, for coming. And our mommy too, Miss Ransom Kuti. You're welcome. And to our daddy too, say thank you very much for giving birth and for taking good care of your boy Aki. You're welcome, sir. It's time for photo taking. Professor Kila. Maybe I think I should be calling you that. Let's take photo. Uncle Aki, come. Let's do it here. Where are the graduates? Okay, every one of them should please come in. Yeah. Okay. Please, I Chief Toladini to the stage. Yes, you can eat and drink, but all of us should take pictures together. Uncle Dan, please come. Yes. Please join. Okay. Colonel Yomi. Dari, retired. But he doesn't look tired. He's not. Ambassador Lawal, please. Paparazzis, are you done? Okay, after the photo taking, we can go out there and do some networking and have a cocktail. Thank you, sir. Thank you.